Hey, good morning. Hello. So it is Saturday, January 10th today, and you're finding me with a no makeup morning, and hopefully that's okay with everybody. But you know how it is. Sometimes you just don't feel like going through and doing all the things in the morning, and that's kind of this morning for me. Since I last spoke to you all, some different things have been going on. You might hear it in my voice, so I'll go ahead and start with that one. After my appointment last Monday, I started becoming ill. Though, to be honest, I was feeling it Sunday night. It's just Monday midday, I began running a fever and had, of course, a lot of it's the same, where it's just congestion and mucus and sinus pressure and things like that. But this time I actually ran a fever and had body aches that led me to believe that it was more like a flu. And it was a lot. So I was actually out sick Monday and Tuesday while I still had fever. But got rid of that, was able to go back Wednesday and finish out the week and everything. Still have some sinus congestion, mucus kind of stuff that I'm working through, but nothing too horrible now. As long as the body aches and the fever get down, I'm in pretty good shape. But during that time, I am a baby about it. I cannot stand the body aches, especially in my hips and in my legs, and it definitely had me feeling all out of sorts. So hope everybody else out there watching and all of your family are staying well this season. I know it can be a lot to manage. If I would have listened to CO2, it's cute, because he says to me, the next time this happens, you just put some Vicks on your feet and you put socks on. And I was laughing, because where did he learn that? It's because what I would do with them as boys is, with coughs, cold, mucus, I'd put some Vicks on their feet and cover it with socks before bed, and it wouldn't be an issue anymore, honestly. The majority of that would be taken care of after one night of that. And I don't know, as an adult, you just don't think to take care of yourself in that fashion, and it makes sense. It probably would have helped. I probably wouldn't have had it going on, at least for as long, but he, of course, CO has an eidetic memory, and he's able to remember those things. And anyhow, so I need to keep it in my mind to take care of myself in a fashion that I would if I was taking care of my child. So way to go, CO. What else? So that appointment on Monday, that was for a follicular ultrasound and additional testing, since they had found a rather large cyst in my previous follicular ultrasound last cycle, that was blocking my right passageway, so that eggs could not be released at that time. They were doing tests to see what that looked like. And so very early Monday morning, drove my 2 hours into the doctor and had that follicular ultrasound done. Maybe TMI, you guys probably heard it on here before, but that follicular ultrasound is done with a wand internally. And usually when the scans are taking place, I know that something's up. If they press on my stomach to get better images or to try to move things for the image or whichever, I usually know something's up, which did take place again this time. And then, to my surprise, they also did an ultrasound with the petroleum jelly, or whichever it is, on my abdomen. And so, externally. So, you don't know what one shows that the other doesn't. But anyhow, it took a while to hear back from the team. It was still same day. Don't get me wrong. It's just when you're waiting for results like that, it's hard to be patient. I was even telling the tech while it was going on that I hated the fact that she could see things that I couldn't, and that she couldn't tell me what it was that she was seeing. And of course, she was being comforting and telling me that everybody feels that way, and that they will try to process the information as quickly as possible, you know. So I did hear back from the team, and ultimately they gave me the green light to move ahead with things. And knowing too that was only day 5 when I had that follicular exam, so I was actually still on the menstruation part of that cycle, so things were viewed differently than I ever had one before. So given the green light and reading the test results, it shows that I had a follicle, or an egg, I'm assuming, on my left side that measured 24.4, and on my right side it said that I had a follicle measuring 36, I think, millimeters. And on that one, on the lab result, it said cyst simple. And so I looked up what a simple cyst was. Thank you, Google. And it just said that basically your eggs are in like a little fluid packet or pocket, and whenever they're being released, they'll actually shed that exterior liner. Did y'all just hear that rock hit my side window? I am so leery about rocks, y'all. I've had 2 go through my windshield in the past year, and so that's just, I have like PTSD about rocks anymore. And that was a tiny little rock, but it hit my side window. Another story for another day. But where were we talking about? Okay, so your eggs in a sack filled with fluid, and they shed the exterior layer, and therefore shedding the water, or emptying the water or the fluid out of that sack before your egg is released. That's kind of how your reproductive goes. So I know that those measurements sound rather large to me, because I am told through online research that your egg, when trying to conceive, should be between 18 and 22 millimeters. So both of those are above that window, and if you had an egg that was too large, it could mean bad things. If you have an egg that's too small, it could be bad things. Could. And so I'm assuming, because I was still in the menstruation part of that cycle, or this cycle, that maybe those sizes are because they are still in those sacs with fluid. It's one of those things where, like, if I actually talk to somebody that knows what they're talking about, that could be helpful here, because I'm just going off my own research and trying to figure out what this could mean. But my team, however, is rather happy and saying, you've got the green light, all things are a go. And looking into what it means by a simple cyst, is that fluid packet around, or fluid sac around your egg, it can remain on and not open up, and that's what they call a simple cyst. Though they say online that it's a good thing, because it just shows that your body is still ovulating, and so that's something to consider. sounds like it's a good thing, you know. Anyhow, there's that information. So what I have to do, or what I've been doing since Monday's appointment, is they wanted me to go ahead and start taking the prescription that I had picked up, which was the Letrozole, and take that for 5 days. It's 1 time a day, and I take it before bed, but they did keep it to where it was increased 3 times. Honestly, when I Google it, it says everybody normally takes, I'm not going to tell you the number or whatever because I'm going to get it wrong, guys, but anyhow, you normally take 1 pill, and that's how I had started this whole journey, was by taking 1 pill. But as of last time, they had me triple it, so I'm now taking 3 times that amount nightly for 5 days is what I had done. Last night was actually my last dosage of it. And then I am scheduled for an additional follicular ultrasound on Monday, and I'm told to make sure that I have my trigger shot with me. So I will be toting that along as well. I do already have that one since I purchased it from before, and anticipating an IUI and did not have it. So it sounds like we are trying for IUI attempt number 3 this cycle, and that is the last donor sperm that I have in reserve. So we always said that we were going to attempt 3 IUIs before regrouping with the whole team to determine how we move forward from here. So I actually feel really good about it. It's earlier than what I had anticipated before when I was trying to figure, you know, the whole timeline for things. And so rather than it being toward the end of the month in October, if I was to conceive this time, that is, let me be more clear. Oh, I have such an ADHD brain. So if I was to conceive this time, and I'm just going to guess and say if I had the IUI come the 15th of January, then that would put us in, honestly, toward Trent and my anniversary in October, which is October 23rd. So that would be quite the anniversary gift. What would we be celebrating this year? We would be celebrating 19 years together, and that would be our 15th marriage anniversary. That's a little side note for Trent, because I don't call it our wedding anniversary because we didn't have a wedding, but it's our marriage anniversary. Would be 15 years this year. So, whew, that would be pretty special, guys. With that in mind, it's given me more hope and more good vibes. I do like that it would be October. I like the idea of a fall birthday. It's my favorite season. And so all kinds of special things happening right now. What else do I know? I don't really know anything else, guys. Not about all of this, just waiting for Monday's exam and to find out what the next thing will be. So I guess I'm going to jump off of here and go schedule an oil change and try to get some things done around the house today. So I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.